We only have 3 problems. Other people's problems, I have what the world problems are, and I have my own problems. Everybody's talking about someone else's problem. Everybody's talking about the world's problems. Not so many people are talking about what can I do to solve? What are my problems, my life, and what affects my environment, consequently the world.
Welcome to Muy Chulo, the podcast where we shape ideas and make an impact. My name is Dico Zimmer, and I'm really happy that you are here. And today I have a friend of mine, a very experienced therapist that is helping many people to improve their life here in Costa del Sol and all over the world using NLP coaching techniques. I'm here today with Borja. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me to your place that I really like, and I like what you're doing. I think it's very important. We connect with people and we share the things that we want to share to the world.
Yes, man, it's really nice to have you here today. I just met you from our international business group that we have here in Costa del Sol, Sinergia. I'm learning a lot from different people, different kinds of areas. And we are here again today with you for helping people to change their life. When I moved to Marbella, Costa del Sol 5 years ago, I was looking for a guy like you that can change the people's life through mentors, through courses. Let's dive inside of this important subject. So you are a Spanish guy, right?
Yes, I grew up in Malaga all my life, but I always have that feeling that I needed to go and travel abroad and live somewhere else and expand and learn, grow.
You lived in the United States also before, right?
Yes, I lived 2 times in Madrid, 1 time in Canary Islands, 7 different places in Malaga, and finally I went to the US and lived a little bit less than a decade there in Texas.
In Texas?
Texas, woo, Texas people.
Yeah, you can speak to that camera there.
Yeah, okay. Hi, yo.
Yeah, man. What impressed me about you is that you're a vibrant person. You are very energetic, smiling, and you inspire people through your courses that you are doing. I'm going to be there very soon. I'm quite busy at the moment with my business, but I'm going there to join you and your clients, your students. I'm really impressed with your story that you mentioned to me before, that you really changed your life through the techniques you are going to talk about today, unconscious techniques like hypnosis, like NLP. And I also changed my life through NLP when I was young. I'm really happy if we can help people to change their lives through this kind of information, right?
That's what moves me, because I changed my life, specifically many things within myself that were not feeling good. That was making me feel sad about life and seeing life in a sad mood. And once you change your life, you can see there are things that seems impossible. They can be made, and the life can be more beautiful. Now I feel like I have to share that to the world, with the world.
We're talking about the courses, right? You are living at the moment in Mijas, and you are starting new courses also in Denmark, right? Can you talk a little bit about this?
So now I join forces and I own the exclusive rights of new psychology that it was created a decade ago in Denmark by a guy called, it's a psychologist. It's very, almost like a celebrity in Denmark. It's very popular. Well, he gives speeches. I don't know, I can send you his information. Hundreds of people are following him and having actually become, they have become mindset mentors because of this new psychology that totally breaks everything that we know in this world right now as psychology. It's the new psychology that we believe in self-healing and we believe in vital success. We can create that with our own mind.
Okay, so as you mentioned to me before the interview, you said that you are having courses physically on Mijas. You are expanding the training in courses, and the people also can join you online and do some mentors. Also, as you mentioned before, we're going to select people.
We usually select people. We want the people that really want to change their life and they are willing to be responsible to do whatever it takes to get the results. The training works, and we have 18 days that we can give to selective people to get it for free, and they can see if this program changes change them something and they want to continue. It is an online program. Right now we have it in English and with a Nordic mindset that is connected to Denmark, and we are translating into Spanish, so hopefully very soon we will have it in Spanish, but right now it's in English at this moment.
If you are watching this video and you can be part, or you can have a chance to be part of Nordic mindset, maybe have a free program for you to improve your life, just comment at the video that you are interested, and then we're going to connect with you. We're going to select some people to be part of this test and this free test for you to start a new journey in your life. And then, as you know, we talked before the interview, I also changed my life through NLP, through coaching and therapies. You did the same, right? Can you talk a little bit from your experience, life experience, what happened to you from your past, and now how did you change your life through these programs?
I was talking to you, I have been this person in my childhood that I was raised since childhood with a lot of traumas, many years of bullying, and not a very good relationship with my dad. That was for many years, and that caused me some mental distress that was maintained for many years and almost caused me a death when I was 11 years old. So from that, I had the mental programming of fighting life and thinking that everything was against me. So it was a very bad programming to create a better life that I was able to reprogram, and a better way to be like the person that have never suffered those things, or at least to have that mental strength and become the leader of my own circumstances. It doesn't happen naturally. You have to choose it.
And how many techniques do you use on this program that you developed, like hypnosis, NLP, coaching? What's the main feature on that?
So the main feature that I believe, and people know me from this, is I believe in the truest version of ourselves, that it really exists. We, deep inside, we all have in our potential, independently of what the world and other people told us we can do and what not. Society tells us this is not possible because of many things, but deep within us, we already know what we are possible, what we are capable, and definitely we are that truest version is already within us. With the technique that I have developed with hypnosis, what I do is tap into that truest self, the most authentic self, and create the life that you can wait to wake up in the morning. There is that person that once you become that version, you can create the life that you want. It's the other way. It's not how people think. It's not chasing the life or chasing the person, chasing circumstance. Become the version that is able to create it and sustain it.
You asked me before, why am I doing this podcast? What's my purpose, my mission? My mission here, guys, is change lives, and that's why I'm interviewing Borja today and interviewing people that really can help you to improve your life forever and overcome some difficult things. As him, I also had many difficult things in my past, in my childhood. I was hit by my father, my mother, the babysitter at school, and then I developed some traumas. Of course, I didn't like myself. I never had the appreciation of my father, especially. I was always looking for some, hey, very good, congratulations. And it was always, okay, you can do better, you can do better. We know many people suffer these kind of things at the past, and we want to help these people. We want to bring more love into the world. As we were talking before, Borja, I agree with you that we are living in a world that is really pushing or pulling the people down. We have this phone we cannot avoid. We are always with notifications and reading bad news. The kids now, I have 2 kids, I see it's so difficult to get the phone out of them. It's a challenge for all of us.
What happened is that all that trash that is in the phone and is in the news and is in other people's mind that they then control their mind, all that goes unfiltered to our subconscious mind that's going to lead our lives. Because if I don't control my subconscious mind and my own thinking, then something else is controlling it. There is no other way. There is either me controlling it or something else is controlling. And now what society pretends is that anything else is controlling, not us. What I been helping, and I pretend and I recreate, and the program also is we help the people become the leaders of their own brain and their own lives. There's no other way around. Either you manage and lead the circumstances, or other people's society and other people's agenda that are usually not the best, they're going to control people's life. Their intentions are not the best, so we have to decide if we're willing to accept it.
That's really, really true. Talking about in practical terms now, from your course, your training, what kind of techniques that you normally use and you really see that the people change from that time on. They start changing their mindset, reprogramming their mindset, their beliefs. As I mentioned before, I did NLP courses, extensive courses in NLP. And when I started doing that, it really changed my life because of the limiting beliefs I used to have. So I started changing them. And in your program, how do you see that? Which way you really tap inside of these limiting beliefs?
There is 2 points. Hypnosis and the new psychology, the basic idea is the same. We reprogram from the old version to the new version. The old version does not think that we can do something. This is too difficult, this is too expensive, my life cannot be like that, whatever. Something is an obstacle. It's a trauma. I am afraid to love, I'm afraid to have a relationship, to love again, blah, blah, blah. It's all traumas and bad programming. There is a pattern that repeats itself. It had been learned probably from the environment, from your parents, from even past generations. But the thing is that, like Joe Dispenza say when he talks about quitting being yourself, what it means is that you're not really yourself. The truest version of yourself, it is capable of doing and getting what you really love. If you love to have a family, a happy family, and that, you're capable to do that. But if society tells you that nowadays you cannot love people because everyone is bad, you cannot trust anybody and all that, so the bad programming is ruling your life. And it becomes an autopilot because you have a bad experience about trauma and you keep repeating the same pattern. Instead of becoming your true self, the one that loves, the one that creates the family, the one that is better to the world, the one that lives happy ever after, and that's our truest self.
Yeah, it's interesting that you mentioned Joe Dispenza because I read his books and I've watched the programs that he have like for 20 years or more. Breaking the habit of being yourself is something very deep. I know he has sold many books about these topics, and we really need to get out of our patterns in life because we are so used to do the same thing and think the same way. It's very strengthened in our patterns. In our mind, we have this structure of the subconscious mind is so powerfully configured that it's difficult to get out of it. And that's why I think it's important to start a course where you can jump in and with your body, with your mind, fully aware, start a new life, start reprogramming your new self. And talk a little bit more about what you do on the program. How is the training?
So the training was created 10 years ago. This psychologist, Søren Linge, and the team in Denmark, they have been working, he has like 30 years plus of experience, and they have realized that the old psychology created by Freud, let's say 80 years ago, they're talking about the past. They diagnose and they prescribe pills. Pills, we know that they're not a solution right now. I have helped people with hypnosis that they have been suffering for different mental illness, and pills have not been able to help anymore, and they have been stuck for many years and they come to me for help. So diagnose is definitely saying you have a problem. Then what we do? We just diagnose. Pills is the solution. They keep you slept, you don't feel, you don't sense, you don't know you have a problem, then you're fine. Or you go to the past and we talk about the past. We know that just talking about the past and the brain will not be reprogrammed to a new self. It will keep repeating just exactly the opposite that Joe Dispenza said. We will go from the old version to the new version by reprogramming the new self. And it's within the truest self needs new information. If we keep going to the past and we keep repressing emotions or thinking just by prescribing drugs to the people, they will never find their truest self or the new life. We definitely have the strategies that change that.
What about the other techniques that you have at the course? How is in practice that you see the people changing? What is the difference between a physical course to be there presently or just doing an online course? What's the difference?
We have the online course. It's totally created in a sense that make results. There is 32 tools that touch every area of your life. We have how to become the leader of your brain, how to get rid of worries, how to get rid of procrastination, relationships, legacy, how to plan to enjoy your life at the same time be productive. 32 tools that touch definitely every point that we need to create the life that you cannot wait to wake up every day. That's what they say every time, but I have done the program, of course, and I'm certified now as a mentor of the new psychology. What can I say? 2 or 3 tools just blew my mind. Sometimes even I'm the expert, still with this program, I have improved on many things. And definitely they have created the program within the period of 10 years. So it is going to be baked scientifically. It's back. It have been tested, give results. They are now mentors, like 100 mentors in Denmark. They are already giving results. This is not something we are trying and we're going to see if it works. They have already worked over there. Søren Link is the psychologist, and he gives speeches to hundreds, thousands of people. He have thousands of seminars, and he has now, I don't know if he has 16 books, talks about this thing. And now the New Psychology have 2 books. We're going to release it in English very soon. We can maybe get free copies for some people that are interested in this trial. I don't know if I can get it, but I'm pretty sure I can give it a try. Okay. So he talks about how a new psychology of making people their own leader of the brain is so urgent right now, because we are in a mental, let's say the world mentally is really getting into a bad place. We're not getting better. This is really sad, but definitely is happening.
Yeah, if you really stop and analyze what is happening with the world, you look at the news, just strategies, just wars, and go to the outside, go to McDonald's, go to United States. 80% of the people are obese.
They're having issues in the United States with the healthcare system.
Of course, and these genetics will pass on and on to the next generations with problems with, like their bodies, and the people are taking too many medicine, and it's very difficult to start changing this. But if the person really wants to change, it's possible. I think you agree with me. The best place to start is from your own mind, with your emotions, with your spirit. Myself, I go to the church every Sunday, not because I'm a Catholic or evangelic. It's not because of the religions, because of the atmosphere, the ambience of people looking for get better, looking for sharing love, helping people. That's an environment I think it's important to be if you want to overcome some limits you have in your life, in your health. Start from spiritual side, from the mental side, like emotion. Of course, mental emotion is very connected, and then we can even cure some diseases from our mindset, right? From your experience working with these techniques and this training, starting with your mind, what have you seen in terms of people changing their lives through NLP or hypnosis? What are you seeing that they are changing some kind of health issues? They are getting better on depression, anxiety, obesity. How do you see it?
Everything actually is being reversed. Like in my own experience, even people that have been taking drugs and they're having in a mental state that is quite sad, all of a sudden having several reprogramming sessions, they start feeling like they're a new person, they're a new version of themselves. They're more clear in what they want, they're more happy, different energy to live life. They're not so depressed, they don't see everything so negative, and they don't believe in themselves. All of a sudden we reprogram, and the new version will be surprised that it's easier to do no matter of the circumstances. There are people with really serious mental health issues, like they want to kill themselves, and all of a sudden they might have a project to save some people in Latin America, and invest money over there, and they want to change people's life and do, you wanted to kill yourself not too long ago,
Your example, right? You wanted to kill yourself, and now you are helping people to change their lives. It's so deep, it's so powerful, and so important that we need to have more people like this to change lives and inspire people, because it's so easy nowadays. You see people criticizing, complaining. It's so easy to criticize. I started this channel. It's very small. We are starting from scratch. But if we help one person, it's worth it, right? We don't need to be the best, the biggest, right? We need to change 1 or 2 lives. That's what we want.
This podcast is just perfect, and the theme that we're talking, I think, is definitely what the world needs, and I will be happy if it reaches the most people, and if we can give a lot of trials to people that really want to change their life. They want to try the tools, they don't know what to do. There are so many people saying, I already tried this therapy, this blah, this stuff. We need practical steps. That's different. Exactly. We need community, we need practical steps that we know they have been proven to work. Because if you want to replicate the results, then you go to the person and the strategy that already know it works. If I want to know how to learn a house and maybe work in real estate, I will probably go to you. right? Because you are doing that, then I know. And if you want to learn how to reprogram people's mind, then you will probably ask me if you want to know about that. So I have to go to the person and the thing that is already achieving results. There's so many information out there. There's so many people having an idea, a suggestion. But ideas and information like that is not enough. We need real results, and we need to take action on things that give results.
And we know a quote that the people say that you are the average of the 5 people you are mostly involved with. I met you through a business networking group that we can invite people. If you are in Costa del Sol, you can join us on Sinergias. It's an international business group. You can meet people there and do business together. And then I met you from there. And I also see that you are every week or 2 weeks, you are inviting people to come to your events physically, personally. And I see you have a very good structure there. So that's really important because the people are there in a good structure, a good environment, atmosphere with music, with people supporting you. And that's the place you really can start changing your life. So if you are in Costa del Sol, please join us, get in touch with us.
Awesome. Also, what you say is very important, community, where getting together in these type of events where we elevate other people's energy, we feel better about ourselves, we elevate ourselves by being surrounded about all these people that want to change people's life. And we are in this positive energy and this vibration. We end up expanding everything, with positivity. It's very important. Community, getting together.
Now, I want to hear from you. What was the biggest change that you did in your life throughout these courses that you were doing for probably a long time? What was the main thing for you, for example? Hypnosis, NLP, coaching. Which kind of technique really changed your mind forever or faster?
Yeah, well, for me, I've used a lot of techniques, like I said, but the last one that I really believe in and I like, I do a lot of visualization in the future, and visualization as my new self and how I want to talk and how I want to act, how I want to look like. I started doing that. We implement these techniques and I learn in hypnosis when I do that for myself. I was experimenting to recreate a new version of myself that will be the most authentic version, the most happy, the stronger version, the most that they will look mainly how I will feel is my truest self. Mm-hmm. And I have achieved it. Years back before I have done hypnosis and all that, I didn't look even resemble like what I'm right now.
Which kind of changes did you achieve through hypnosis, for example?
I am a transgender man, so I used to have another body, another name and everything. Mm-hmm. So I recreate a new version of my body and my name and my life, the way I will look and talk and dress and everything. Mm-hmm. I recreate everything through hypnosis and visualizations all over the years when I was learning in the US. And right now I look and act and speak and create that results in my life right now.
So all this process started in United States. When you were living in Texas, you started studying. So tell me a bit more about your story in the United States, when you started studying NLP, coaching, what was that?
So when I went to the US, I was another version. When I left Malaga to go to the US, I was another version with another body, another name, I looked like a totally different person. Some people don't even recognize me. When I went there, started studying kinesiology, but in the US is connected to the healthcare system. Mm-hmm. And I studied coaching and kinesiology and some other things. And I really got involved in coaching a lot. I started like that, and I thought, why not helping myself changing so many habits and things? And then everything, because I was not at the best point in my life. I was definitely stressed because United States is a place that demands a lot of high energy and you do things non-stop. I was studying, working, no free time, almost just like doing. And at some point, my traumas were talking to me. I was still not liking myself and fighting with the world, and everything for me was like I'm achieving things through fights, and I was already exhausted because, like I said, I wanted to kill myself with 11. At that time when I was studying, still fighting everything because people would not treat me as I wanted to be treated. It felt like a burden to just fight every day. I needed to release the fight. Somehow all these tools like coaching and then meditation and hypnosis take my mind to the future ideal self of me. Will quit fighting like that.
As you mentioned that you are living a life you didn't like because you attracted that for you. Did you treat there more with hypnosis or kinesiology? Yeah, hypnosis is something that works more deeply on the subconscious mind, right?
It works more deeply in the reprogramming to make my brain see what I want to see.
But have you done some sessions, hypnosis sessions also, or not?
Yeah, I've been working for years. I do hypnosis right now.
But you are a therapist now.
Yes.
But have you been a patient before?
Before I decided to work, I tried hypnosis for myself, and I discovered some interesting things. And all of a sudden, I want to know more, and then I've seen things. What I've realized, and how I help people, is when my mind can see what I want, when my subconscious mind can see it, then there's no way to stop the person. Once it already sees what happened between a person that will achieve their goals and have success compared to someone that will not achieve success and quit, is that one cannot see himself getting the results because they think they lack the money, they lack the skills, they lack the power. Well, if the other person says, okay, I can get the money, I have the skills, I have the power, and I can see it in my brain, then I can recreate it, and this is complicated to stop that person.
Of course, you were mentioning some things from the subconscious mind that we really mirror in our life, right? I myself have done many therapies, I have done courses, I have done 2 sessions here in Spain of hypnotherapy, and then I cried so much that I never cried like before, and it really changed. Yeah, it really healed. I really believe that if you can cry, and most of the time that I go to church, because we have some worshipness time, and you sing a little bit, like you raise your hands, you move your body, and then you release these fears or some problems. Let's say you heal yourself from inside when you cry, because you are releasing some negative emotions or beliefs, whatever you want to call it. But I really believe if you can cry in a therapy, it's much more effective than if you cannot.
Totally, that is for real. I'm glad you said that, because crying is very healing, and for men, not allowing to cry. And in my sessions and in my hypnosis, some people that have big traumas, they just cry while they're having the hypnosis. They cry non-stop, some of the people that have big traumas, and they're releasing that energy that is stuck within there. And I'm happy that I haven't even mentioned, but I really am happy that you mentioned talking about God, because not only the techniques and the things, I have been connecting with God, especially in the last years of my life, more than ever. I think God is a very big part of what I'm doing and the healing and everything that we can decide as having a better life if God is involved. Some people will think, well, what do you mean? Like, I don't believe in God. It's okay. You can call it the universe, you can call it higher power or whatever, but there is something that creates everything and it still is in everything, and we can call it love. Like there is some professionals over there, like a famous psychologist in Spain. Do you believe in God? And say, yes. Say, really? Because it's psychology, scientific and all that. And he said, yes, for me, God is love. And it's okay, God is love too. And I think we definitely need to spread more love as a healing part. It's a very important factor to the healing process of all of us and humanity.
Of course, I think we need more love in the world. We need to fight for a better world. Like many people now are just living, trying to be by themselves and not thinking how they can help other people like us, like you, for example, like you are doing. Yeah, of course, we are trying through our podcast to connect with people, to help our audience and bringing specialists like you here and help you guys to attract more clients, more people to help, and then you are inspire other, and then we create this spiral of good atmosphere, good vibration.
I love that.
So you are living in Malaga now and you are moving to Mijas, right? What do you like most to live here in Costa del Sol?
Costa del Sol, as I was in the States, I see people is more open, more ready to have fun. Right now, people is a little bit more stressed. What I remember, what I left before I went to the US. But I still remember, and it's like that right now. People is more, they show you more affection and they're ready to have fun. Well, in the US, it's all work.
The people are closed in their bubble. I'm American, you are other people.
Here you can see there's all nationalities and we're mingling with everyone. Here in the Costa Andalusia, they do that. And the States, they don't do that so much. If you are from China, then you mingle with Chinese people. If you are white, and then you go with white people. Sorry for Texas and all that. I know some people will say, well, we're not like that. Yes, there are some people, there are exceptions, I have to say. But my friends, it took me some years to have American friends. Now I have some good friends. Once you do the American friends, they're forever. Really? But it takes them years to open. Yeah, so I was missing, this conversation that you have in the club, and all of a sudden you can be friends, and not too long, because you like the people, and people open their hearts or at least their time to you, Even though now everything is happening at the same time, we're all so proposed to running from one place to another place, we still make time to talk to another person like we are doing right now. Over there, they're just become very, very productive, and they don't think they need to do anything else.
Just work a lot. And how do you see now United States with Donald Trump? Do you think it's going to be better or worse? What do you think about it?
There's one thing, in the Nordic mindset, the Northern psychology will say, we only have 3 problems. That's 1, 2. We have other people's problems. I have what the world problems are, and I have my own problems. Everybody's talking about someone else's problem. Everybody's talking about the world problems. Not so many people are talking about what can I do to solve? What are my problems, my life, and what affects my environment? Consequently, the world. If everyone just think about what can I do better. That's one thing I apply with politics and some things. I have my opinion. Before I was more involved, I've realized that what matters is what I do to make better my own life and what surrounds me. The other thing, the energy will flow to one direction, is missed from my own direction. If I put energy in politics, other people's problems, then I waste that energy, that is my own energy, to do my best. And I'm missing doing my best in order to talk about other people's things and the world that I cannot change. This is one tool that I knew psychology.
That's a great answer, man. I really agree with you totally with that, because I myself sometimes waste a lot of time just looking at the news and the politics, and you cannot do anything to change that. And it's always the same thing. Always they try to create to be sensitive for you to pay attention more, to create more interest from the media. It's a nightmare. You are living a life that is not yours. You cannot change anything there. Start from yourself.
If we all will look within ourselves and will do our best with what I have, with love, with getting better, being responsible for what I can change, releasing what I cannot, because I cannot change everything or everyone. Sometimes we get stuck. I want to change this situation. I want to change this person. Not, I cannot. I talked about it, try to resolve. If not, then I leave it, because it's wasting my energy. Then if the world is definitely, something is happening, I cannot affect it for the best, then put my energy in what can I affect. Everyone do that. If all of us are doing that, somehow the world will get better very soon.
Wow, that's a great reflection, my friend. Thanks for joining us here at the podcast. Muy chulo. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave your comments. Really important that you comment on the video. Where are you from? In which kind of ways we can get better here on the podcast. And thank you very much for being in touch with us and leaving your message. Thanks again, Borja, for participating. Comment on the video. You can maybe join us or Borja, the course, online course.
Yeah, I'm going to give you the link as a present to you and the people. We're going to probably select the type of people we want, responsible people that want to change their lives and consequently the world. This is just for someone that is, they're responsible, that they want to be responsible, the leaders of their own life. We cannot change something else before we change ourselves,
Thank you very much for coming here and joining us at the podcast. See you at the next video.